So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium and I've been hit by it too.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. Well, as you can see, we've already started here. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it's De Bruyne. And it's made its way to him. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Shoots! Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter.
Chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. That'll be a throw. Conte.
Hello, brother.
And he's in on goal. Nakata! Van Dijk is there and he can get that clear. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. That's a little off target. And the pass is intercepted. Kimmich. Now that looks a decent ball. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Japan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Borussia Dortmund couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. Rodri. Isak. That pass has been well intercepted. And here's Isak. Adams words with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. That is good alertness. Nakata. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now here's an interesting matchup. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Modric. Oh, this looks sharp. Hernandez. Now it's Eto. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it.
Are certainly playing with an intense.
Top 1 man wrong. Well, the idea
was a good one. The execution of it not quite so.
Top 1
a bit predictable.
chôm khop.
And he's had a hit.
Top 1 អត់បានលេងជាមួយទេ Top 1 សើមិញឈ្នះមួយចាញ់មួយ
An absolute peach. On the cusp of half-time, he delivers with perfect timing.
Isa.
A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
Isa.
A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. Japan are up by 1 then, but really feel they should be up by more. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to give
Rada
up if they're
internet
too
lên
risk averse.
កើតអត់អានឹងដូចជាស្ងាត់ដែរក្នុងក្រុមដូចអត់សូវឃើញមានអ្នកលេងទេ
Title game, half time 1-0.
មិនមកតេះមកខ្ញុំមែនទេទាំងអស់3 4 កំប៉ុងតុនមាត់តិចដែរ
That gets things going for the
live
second
ហើយជា
half.
1 ម៉ោងជាងឯហ្នឹង
Solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. De Bruyne. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Thinks about the shot. Plays a sharp little ball here. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Rodri. Looking for options for movement. Nakata going face to face with his great rival. Isak played out towards the right wing. Now it's Neymar, and he's managed to get free.
Neymar
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Isak
Oh,
Ô, slide.
Well played. Well, the
lên
runner's been sold a
lang
little bit
ball.
short there.
Well, everything up to the final
Rắc.
pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
ប្រាក់លេងគេប្រាប់ដែរ
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Eto'o will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Saliba. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
They're ahead, but they're not playing as if they are. There seems to be more of an emphasis on protecting their lead than adding to it. It's all gone a little timid.
Now,
Isak
can they get him away? Van Bouten. Defending was strong and firm.
ខ្ញុំមិនថាបោះទៅជាប់មកវិញនេះ
Back and can go again. Japan leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. And the score is 1-0. De Bruyne. Japan finding their passes. It's a threatening ball. Rodri.
មកពីខ្ញុំស្វឹង
Although
ទេ
a bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
Neymar. All perfectly
តែ
ready
ច្រឡំ
back. He's had it taken off him.
Borussia Dortmund really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it. Borussia Dortmund appear determined to play through the middle again. And guess what? It's the same.
Shot, surely!
អូប្រដាខមមិនលើចង់និយាយថាផាក់លេងខ្លាំងអី
And there we have
Thật
it.
lên khlang ấy.
Two-goal cushion.
ប៉ះបាល់ឲ្យតាខាងគាត់វិញទៅមកបុកទៅជើងគ្នា
Certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing. Having the composure to score is another.
Things
ចំ
starting to
ពោះ
look
អាវ
very
ពណ៌អាវ
clear.
ខៀវដូចគ្នាទៀត
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now.
ចឹងមានអារម្ម
And
ណ៍ថា
surely,
ដូច
Peter,
វល់
we're
ណាស់
not going to see any complacency after that.
Now it's Neymar. Japan can consider themselves just about safe now. Now this could be a chance. Great chance!
Alexander
Relentless!
Isak
Just relentless! And they are cruising away. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Japan find a position of real strength now.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And here's Eto'o. It's
លឹក
Eto'o!
បានកូនសៅ
That's that, the end. Well, Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome. Isaac taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
3-4 កំប៉ុង skill អែម
Reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
I think we just saw a
មកពី
team
brother អត់សូវឃើញខ្ញុំលេងអត់សូវមើលហ្នឹង
There was a clear picture of what they set out to do.
ខ្ញុំលេង skill តែចឹងតែតប៉ះគេល្អស្ពៃហ៎ skill អត់ចាញ់ចូលចិត្តឲ្យលេងអា double touch លេងអីវ៉ាន់ហ្នឹង ជុំ brother មិញក៏នេះចេញទៅដាច់មែន ងាត់មេក្នុងក្រុមអស់លីងអាហ្នឹងតោះខ្ញុំលេងដែរបងតោះ brother ចូលមកជប់ខ្ញុំចេញទៅលេង room ID វិញ Hello everybody ឥសានេះបើមាន skill អាចនឹងល្អណាស់ skill សល់5 long range shooting ក៏អត់ ក៏ shot ក៏ dipping មានតែអត់លុយទៀត Musiala ថ្ងៃហ្នឹងបាត់ top fan ម្នាក់បាទសង្ស័យគាត់រវល់អត់ឃើញបានគាត់មើលគាត់ឆាតប្រហែល2 ថ្ងៃជាប់គ្នាគាត់បានអត់សូវស្ងាត់គាត់ឆាតគាត់ comment ហើយគាត់លេងជាមួយទៀត
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. Well, I'm Peter Drury and I'm joined in the commentary box by the familiar figure of Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And here's Messi. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Luis Suarez, the man who spearheaded that famous front three, a striker whose achievements were... Oh, what has happened here?
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Pedri. And that's
Oh,
been
it's up.
intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pedri, out towards the flank. Played into space.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing.
បណ្ដៃដាក់មាច់អាប់ភ្លឹបមក
And it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho going face to face with his great rival.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Nice interception, well timed. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now it's Ronaldinho. Messi. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Isak. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's really well manoeuvred. And this is Modric. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Gyökeres.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Not the most accurate pass. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Pedri. Modric. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Gerrard. 30 minutes gone. Stood up well to him there.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Passing is crisp and sharp. He's having a
Lấp.
go! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Dixon. Oh, that pass isn't the best. And here's Isak. Groningen have a free kick. And it's Bellingham. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Looking to play. And he shoots! And
Lọc.
he's done it!
Look, there are
Comeback.
always tactical
Easy.
adjustments for any coach to make at half-time, but when your star man gives you a critical lead just before the break, everyone will be paying extra attention. It really is the ideal tonic.
All over in seconds. That's what they can do to you.
Trời ơi,
This is a
Suarez.
well-rehearsed drill. As soon as possession is regained, the commitment to attack is lethal.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap what...
And there's the end of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And the action is back underway.
Japan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. And that has put paid to that. Mbappe just eases him off the ball. Has a look and plays it forward. Modric. Mbappe. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Mbappe unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Ah, that's a fine interception. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Oh, played right into his path. He is through here.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Just about up to the hour now.
Japan really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Pass somewhat off target. And this is Messi. Look at the space here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Cho có lái đã chồm.
Messi, very much a man of this moment, but that has not gone well. Japan, perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Now it's Ferran Torres, just about up to 75 minutes. Now it's Luis Suarez. It looks a good ball through. Pedri for Musiala. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Araujo cuts it out. Van Dijk.
How many interceptions have we seen now? Someone's got to up the quality and set an example.
Knocks it out wide. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him. I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Rodri. Japan are looking desperate here. Short on time and options.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him. Japan really can only do one
Offside.
thing, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Griezmann!
Lực happy với mình.
And the keeper's relieved to see that disappear wide.
Oh, he just got it ever so slightly wrong, Peter. There wasn't much in that at all.
Saliba does really well to win the ball there. That's that, the end. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it, but neither was able to add to the scoreline in the end. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
It's just a bad day at the office.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic.
Hello,
Peter
hello.
Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Thanks, Peter. It's a pleasure and a privilege for me to be here.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Đi.
Now that's a... Can he finish? And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. All he needs needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Adams clears it away. Groningen are looking to go forward now. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Well, Jim, there he is, the much-storied Gabriel Batistuta. Fair to say, I think he will be a handful.
Well, talk about an understatement, Peter. He's Argentina's greatest number 9, without doubt. I don't think I've ever seen anyone strike the ball with such violence, if I can put it like that. We might well be seeing his iconic celebration in the next couple of hours.
Isa. Isa tạt. Đi tạt oi gồn chạp nhá.
Van Dijk. Oh, important interception.
Offside biết mà
Anything,
mình.
Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
And here's Isak. Well read, and the danger is averted. Rodri. And it's Modric. Picked out brilliant. There's the shot.
Xông nó một môi vinh.
Japan.
Look, that was
Nó quét sợ ba sẽ nói là tại đi cắt cao nơi Sporting đấy. Em này nó.
Japan are in front now. The game's only goal.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Not the best distribution from the keeper.
Rồi.
Griezmann. Now the ball's gone astray. Can he get it through? Oh, good-looking ball. Japan are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Can he get on the end of this? Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Araujo. Oh, this looks sharp. Isak. And it's Musiala. Groningen trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball.
Hello, brother.
To get your men in behind the opposition defense.
Just looking for that one telling pass.
Theo Hernandez nó speed được chích mà rồi. Card LB á. Bạn nó speed lớn này tại đi phân được chỉ ắt sơ lọ này.
Played with speed from back to front. And now a sudden chance to counter.
Tới Isaac.
And that's put paid to a promising move. Time and again they are repelled. Rodri. Japan looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. That's a shade optimistic. And that is out of play.
Kimmichក្រមកសាក់យ៉ាងតែស្អាតផង
Griezmann proving a very adept defender.
ដាក់vào tiền kè.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Rodri chạy ba lỗ rồi. Từ ba bật bế.
Now it's Batistuta. Well read, nice interception. Van Dijk. Hernandez. That's a sharp pass. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
There's plenty of
Bây giờ
positives to
đã
take
bè
despite
mình
the
mà.
lead being so small,
Đã
Peter.
bè chúng mình
I think
tàu
played
rè mà.
well, good energy. A little more composure up front, perhaps. That's not too much to ask.
Japan have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. There's the start of the second half. A solitary
Trong 3
goal,
lần tới
that has
phẩm.
been the crucial difference. Brilliantly cut out. Defending of the desperate... And Messi!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Nicely weighted ball. And this is Messi. Modric. Japan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Musiala. And here's Ferran Torres. Oh, well played, well played. Has a look and plays it forward. Luis Suarez.
Sạch rồi.
That's a nicely shaped ball. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And the pass is intercepted. Musiala.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Nicely aimed pass. Threads one in. And he's in on goal. Luis
Suarez.
Suarez!
Liên tục thế mà Suarez.
Groningen back on level terms. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
And a chance! Oh, the ball's run loose here. No, poor contact.
Cho ba
Nothing
môn
on the
gỗ nó
shot.
Chelsea.
A piece of opportunism there, but wasn't able to turn it home in the end.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
Tới rồi Suarez tiệt.
It's Luis Suarez! Goal!
Em sẽ em.
Groningen! And the comeback is complete. That is glorious, as if he picked it up and put it there himself.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
And yes, it's him again. Groningen take the lead.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Well, that has not gone well. Adams. Oh, there's a probing ball. Oh, nicely intercepted.
Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Messi. Oh, he's found support out wide. And this is Griezmann. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
And he's made sure that's not getting through. And that was very necessary. Pedri. Now it's Griezmann. He can run onto that. And no, that was never going to make it. Pedri. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Musiala.
Japan really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
into overtime. Musiala, Ferran Torres. That is a brilliant interception.
Lập
Referee looks
Chàng
at his
tiết mà.
watch and blows his whistle. Japan pleasingly clever on the ball. They had their moments, but ultimately they take away nothing. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the surprise for me was seeing a team look so feeble in what is usually a strongly protected area.
Ok, stop hơi. Đi về kèm đấy.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And we're underway. That is good alertness. Now it's Batistuta. And here's Eto'o. Batistuta. Shot a goal!
Lập
He's delivered all right!
Son.
The big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
Julian Timber.
Another moment of magic, a real wow
Donnarumma.
moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Played into space. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Great ball and the finish!
Lập Snyder.
It's in! And they're at it again in double quick time. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Japan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Guti.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Eto. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Timber. Vardiol.
Eden Hazard
Hazard. Good, strong midfield
ដា
running
ច់
here.
ប្រហើយ
A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Batistuta did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Barella opts for safety. Now Timber. Alexander-Arnold. Caicedo. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Knocks it into space. Plays it across. Cleared away.
This is the time you need that pace.
Now, can they get him away? Van Dijk promptly onto that, and that is that. Passing nice and neat. Japan looking forward to the break after some very good work in the first 45 minutes. Eto. Now it's Eto. And this is Schneider. Ball comes in. Caicedo. Guti. And he's in on goal. There's the shot!
Yep.
Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Yeah.
And there's the end of the first half. Well, that was as
កន្លែ
one-sided
ង
as
រ
it
ត់តាមគេ
gets.
ហ្នឹងវាអត់
Only one side have shown up
វារៀង
here,
អត់
and
ជាប់
they're just tearing it up
ពីខ្ញុំ
at
ដេញ
will.
បាល់ដាច់
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Japan, 3 goals to the good after a really excellent first half that's been intriguing to watch. Plenty of highlights to show you during the break. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. And it's
អ
Barella.
ើយ
Scholes. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Batistuta. Oh, he's burst through. Picked out brilliant
It
shapes.
don't.
Distance. Really well taken goal. Comfort. Yet more comfort. Easing away. A momentary lapse.
ចាញ់
Merciless.
បាត់ហើយបាទ
And that's it. Many thanks to Jim. And with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We have already started here.
Batistuta.
This is Batistuta. Chance for shots! Goal!
បាក់ឆាកមួយក្របមុន
Listen,
ហើយ
the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a
គាត់
habit
មាន
of
បា
making their
ទីស្ទូ
presence
តាដូច
felt.
គ្នា
And here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all
Chồng
about.
chuột nè, Tuấn.
Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Madrid finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Madrid with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
ជួបអ្នកលេងទុំហើយ ចូលហើយ
And now a sudden chance to
ណាងអ
counter.
ត់ចូលដៃកូន
Nicely
វា
weighted
ស្គ
ball.
ល
Oh, super find. He can get
ស្
that
គលបើអញ្ចឹង
clear.
រត់អត់តាន់
Japan leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. That's a cute ball. Look at the space here. Odo. Scholes. Batistuta.
They want to be quick
Yeah,
here.
tall
It's
man.
breakaway time.
And the shot!
លឹប
It's in! They are really purring here, and they have
ខ្សែ
extended
ប្រយុទ្ធ
their
កម្ពុជា
lead
មើលយើង
in the
ណា
blink of an eye. All over in seconds. That's what they can do to you.
Yeah, well, the opposition had plenty of warning here, Peter. Look at how quick they were going the other way. Exactly what you need.
ខ្ញុំប្រាដា
You're
ស៊ី
playing on the
2 គ្រាប់
counter-attack.
រត់ចេញបាន 2 ហ្គេមហើយហេងម៉េះគេចេញពីហ្គេមរហូតមិនឈ្នះស្រួលអីយ៉ាងមែនចេញមែនចំលួយម៉េះមួយឈ្នះ 2 ទៀតត្រូវឡើង Division 2 នេះ យើងដាក់ 2 ហ្គេមទៀតទៅបើឈ្នះទាំង 2 ទៀត Division 2 Division 2 ផ្ដើមជួប Top Player ទៀតហើយ យើងលេងធ្វើម៉េចឲ្យបាន Top ក្រោម 1 លានមកមុនថ្ងៃ 14 ដើម្បីបានបើក
Well, what a
Isco
scene we
Free
have here. There's a
Isco
real
Epic មក
expected
ប្រហែល
buzz
ជា
in
អាច
the stadium,
rating
and the
102
players on the
100 អី
pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So off we go then. Now it's Eto. Distributed tidily.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Mbappe. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
ស្រួលផុន
The best ever.
Yep, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his caliber and cleverness can do that.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
He's got away. Look at the space here. And it's Scholes.
offside បាទ
And this is Eto.
អត់ offside
Shot at goal.
ស្មានតែ offside ទេមិញ
Japan.
Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in.
one shot one goal អូយប្រែដល់ឈ្មោះលយ
And they were.
ទុំទៀត
So
ញ៉ា
we have our breakthrough.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
And that's really well manoeuvred. Japan looking to pass their way
offside នេះមិន
through.
offside មែនតើ
Batistuta gets flagged offside.
Jordan Pickford
Now it's Batistuta. And he welcomes it in. Lovely.
Look.
And Batistuta! They've scored! They are really purring here. And they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. A horrible blip, a situation utterly avoidable that has resulted in considerable embarrassment.
Bragantino really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Eto!
ខប់នេះចង់បែកបាល់
A quite incredible spell. They are flying. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cozy. It's Snyder!
Look.
Goal!
ចំដូចស្រួលមែនហ្នឹង
Again in a trice and they are soaring.
កាត់អីគេ slow ទេ
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop
តែ
him.
4 ខំ
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful striking.
Japan are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And he's managed to get
ទៅ
free.
បើគាត់អត់ដាច់គេ
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
No, it's come to nothing. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Who would have seen this? By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them.
Well, for me, it's a lead that's thoroughly deserved, Peter. They've been quicker
ការ
to
ពា
pretty
រ
much
គេ
everything
ខ្លះទេ
so
ជន់
far. The
គ្នា
only
មួយកូន
thing you've got to wonder is how taxing is this for the
ម្រង
players?
អត់ញ៉ៃញ៉ៃ
How
ដល់ហើយ
long can they keep it up for? Are we going to see a fade in this second half?
Japan are
ឆ្ងល់ដែរទម្រង់រៀបញ៉ៃញ៉ៃចឹង
going
ដល់ពេល
into
លេង
half-time
ឡា
with
ក៏
a
អត់
lead
រត់
then
ញ៉ៃ
that
ញ៉ៃ
is surely insurmountable. And the game has already resumed here. No reported change to either side during the break.
តោរត់
Good read, needed to be. Great vision.
ពីតោ
Strokes it back.
That's good pressure.
He's having a go. Oh,
Tập
there
vật
was
thạch sụt
plenty on that.
thì skull skull sụt on chứ ngài đang sụt đột chột
It carried hardly any danger.
hello brother
Guardiola. Mbappe. Now it's Van Basten. Hazard.
sụt vào rồi
Hazard!
yeah cột bây giờ sụt vào cao lắm mà đang thạch sụt này rồi
Quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
yeah mà thì tụt ta rồi với nhau boy với nhau
Costa Curta kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Mbappe. No way through there. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
chồng băng mấy cái chọt này
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Now it's Eto'o.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like
nếu
this.
đặt như kìa
Oh, that's really good
Chọn
play on
một
the
nó
right.
vậy.
He's driving forward. Neither of these two
ra
want to
lên
come
nhẹ
off second
lôi
best.
rồi
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Lovely pass, but can he
สรุป
get
เอา
there?
ทำอีโตมาหล่อมัน
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass
เรา
wasn't
มา
good
ทัก
enough,
สุดเลย
and he knows
นี่มาตีเราเลยดับทักสุดอ่ะเนี่ยสุดอ่ะ
He's
หลับ
gone for goal! And that was very necessary.
suốt
Oh, good read.
that was well played,
Ôi.
well stopped.
Eto'o. Guti. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Nice interception,
Guti
well
dữ đó.
timed. Van Basten. He has found the way through. Now it's Van Basten. And it's Sané.
suốt
And
Man.
Sané! Oh, impressive
ดับ
strike.
ทักสุดรอบัดดัดจุด
Rijkaard. And that
One
will
shot,
be the
one
final
goal.
act.
But
Japan
today no
just
goal.
a thrill to witness here. Quick, slick, and such fun. You really would fear for anyone playing up against them right now.
เนาะយើងដាក់ឈ្នះមួយហ្គេមទៀតអាងឡើងលេងដែរបងអូខេមានអ្នកលេងក្នុងក្រុមតិចសិនខ្ញុំគាត់តលេង friendly អត់ friend តោទេដាក់មួយទៀតចូលយក division 2 game nó mới nè tiết dân là division 2 ហើយយើងຕົកចោលវាទៀត Rồi không thông.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We have already started here.
Got slow.
Couldn't squeeze it through.
Đây là slow chào vào rồi.
He plays one through. Shapes to shoot. It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh no, this does not look good.
Một slow do mà kèm xanh đó. Lăng đi dần pi. Cho lên rẽn mà chừng mình friendly đi, bờ friendly em sẽ tạo lên nữa bờ lên rẽn giờ đó mà ba cái slow lại. Giờ bên tủ đấy. Nhưng nó chết nằm bóng tổ này rồi.
So a breakthrough already. That pass has been well intercepted. And the shot! And it's come back out to him. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Well, it's been a very attacking start here. It's looking good for them if they can maintain what we've seen.
Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Now it's Eto'o. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. He might be in here.
Tranh bao cột bắn là khởi ngập tiền gôn mình.
Bahia really have found that they're getting more space out wide, and I can see now there's a lot of activity developing in that area, Peter.
Yeah, it's busy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, the wide players are doing their stuff and are grabbing the attention right now.
Rodri. Spread out to the left. Bale.
Yeah, Bale rút chào bạn.
Now it's Batistuta. Japan leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. And it's Snyder. Oh, perfectly measured that. And he welcomes it in.
Tàu đã lên mà chụp vô lấy đi.
De Bruyne. Dembele. Played through into space. Spread neatly. And they've got rid. De Bruyne tries to pass it through. Now it's Snyder. And this is Eto'o.
Bóng tiền đó rồi.
Oh, the ball's run loose
Chẳng
here.
bao cuốn bóng tiền lại mình.
Nuno Mendes is someone who's always looking to catch the eye with his trickery.
Mình bao cột bên lại mà.
Japan can
Nghe
certainly
phết ba
afford
cột
to
bên
see
rồi
this
mà.
half out now and reset during the break.
Yeah, mà đó.
Well, now it's a race for the
Bọc
ball.
nằm lọt bên.
Costa Curta. De Bruyne. And it's Dembele. Oh, that's well spotted. All the way
Còn
back.
tồn đấy.
And there is the half-time whistle. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. So your views on the first half?
Japan deserve to be ahead and probably should be in front by more considering the amount of chances they've managed. Everything points to more of the same second half and a good solid win.
Japan, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time 1-0 up. So we're just settling back into this second half. Japan carrying a one-goal lead. Now that looks a decent ball. He can run onto that. Bale, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Now it's Batistuta, and he's been shifted off it. Tries a measured ball, takes a shot! He's got a goal!
2-0
Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Oh, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Japan are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Bahia are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Nuno Mendes. Now De Bruyne. Bahia looking to pass their way through, and he's made sure that's not getting through. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And Torres!
He's done
ever so well.
I think he's done great there, both reading it
Không
and
mấy ai
dealing
được
with
môi
it.
sồn. Kịch vô mấy đồ lạ co vò. Phải lê ẩm đã.
Bahia with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. They've played it short. João Neves, cross in, looks like a good one. Torres! Another save.
João Neves really can't believe it, foiled by the keeper again.
It's their second corner of the game. Bale goes short. Oh, good spread. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. And now a sudden chance to counter. Now it's Eto'o. Eto'o powering forward here. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
That is good alertness. Now it's Torres. Oh, he's seen that early. He's the certain sixth sense. The final 5 minutes. Pops for safety. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Đập thạch trên thìa gỗ nữa.
Bale Lovely pass, but can he get there? Added time is up, and there goes the whistle.
30 ពង
Are enjoying their moments of collective
លោក
uplift.
ម៉ូតមកហើយបាទ
A win achieved with efficiency.
ជុំ30ពងស្មើគ្នាល្អមែនបានហ្គេមចុងក្រោយ Division 2 rank នៅឡើងជិត2លានគ្មានបាននេះស្កូទេបាទតោះយើងនេះប៉ុណ្ណេះទៅមានមេ friendly ផងនេះគួរតែយក skill ទៅជា skill នៅយក skill ទៅយើងខ្វះ skill Ồ,យើងលេងដល់នេះសិនហើយទៅ
So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here. A clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and it's a pleasure to be alongside Jim Beglin.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Drury, and hello to everyone.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in... And the shots! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Costa Curta with the clearance. He's on it. Can he get away? Namaso. He can get that clear. He's in space and looking for options. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Guti. Now it's Batistuta. Can he get on the end of this? And he's straight offside.
Run giờ run giờ
Batistuta. That's a pretty loose pass. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well read, nice interception. Mateus. Japan are still to register a shot on target. As a matter of fact, a shot of any type. And here's Scholes. And this is Eto. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. He's having a
lực
go.
mà trâu lấy
Now
mà
he wants to get in on the act here.
Japan really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Namaso. It's a really well-measured ball. Eto. Batistuta. Well, that's beautifully weighted. And he's quick to get it clear again. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. That's tidy. Oh, shooting chance! And another try! Goal! Japan! And Japan are in front. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So we have the first goal.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
Crosses it in. And that has been knocked clear. Mateus. Chance here to counter. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Shot could... And he shoots! Sticks it away! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Japan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Mateus. Guti. He's gone for goal!
Sao
Oh,
đó.
that is outstanding! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
Japan absolutely dominated that half, Peter, and now it's all about game management. There's no need to overstretch themselves. Just stay calm and see this one out.
Japan will be wanting more of the same in the second half then. Utterly dominant in the first period, and they're 3-0 up. And we are back underway. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Namaso. Scholes gets a foot in here, and it's Eto. Japan do have a chance to counter here. Great vision. Scholes receives it in a wide position. He's picked his way through. And he should have made it 4.
What a fabulous run. Okay, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
And that should get the job done. And now they can spring out of defence. Tries to pass it through. Can he finish? Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Players ecstatic, fans delirious. This is utopian. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Auxerre really were asking for trouble there by failing to cope with a formidable press.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here. Otto with the clearance. Batistuta. Now it's Eto. And this is Raul. Back into the middle. Chance for a shot! And yes, it's there! And this is getting ridiculous. Borderline crazy.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
It's become a case of men against boys.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up. Something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
So there's going to be another change here. Half an hour gone in the second half. Adams does really well to win the ball there.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Eto looking to get on the end of this. Oh, that's fabulous. He's having a shot! No mistake! How many? Just how many? The golf in class is vast.
Absolutely no element of fluke either. Makes this even more worrying in some ways. This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
That's going to go a long way. And that's been won straight back. Mateus. And the counter is on. Can he get it through? It's a promising position. And the ball is out of play. Adams. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Now it's Eto. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. And the referee brings it to a close. Japan really have hit the heights. A tour de force that has left their opponents.
Ta bàn là có cái pi đây, có cái bay mà ta có là ní cái án này bàn là đang là mất cái pi hơi móc score bạn xài được rồi bọn bờ bye bye. Đó con